Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now today, we're going to be checking out one of HONOR's latest and very powerful laptop, that is the HONOR MagicBook 16. Now these days, we are always working from home using our laptops and we always want more and more power but still maintaining that compact form factor. So this one here actually packs quite a fair bit of power, but we're going to explore all the capabilities that we can expect from this HONOR MagicBook 16. Now before I begin the video, of course I have to share with you the price. In Malaysia, this is going for RM4299, and in terms of the RAM and storage, you're getting 16GB of RAM paired with 512GB of storage. So that's quite a fair bit inside this rather slim laptop. Alright, so now that we're done with the price, first things first, we got to talk about the design, how it looks like, how it feels and all that. So right off the bat, we do have this a very nice space gray kind of color with the HONOR MagicBook 16. HONOR says this is one of their most solid kind of laptops, so that means that you can drop it, not really drop it, but like knock it, maybe hit it against the table and it won't get damaged that often. HONOR says they've done a lot of testing to it, so it's definitely a very solid piece of a laptop right here. Now, in terms of the weight, it is actually 1.84 kg. This is good because it's actually under 2 kg, and of course, this is a 16-inch laptop, so yeah, still pretty manageable with one hand. Apart from that, in terms of the thickness levels, it's 18.2 millimeters. You can see that it's fairly slim. Overall, the build quality feels very premium on this HONOR MagicBook 16. Now, right at the front here, of course, you can see that we have a very minimalist look. We have the HONOR logo dead center. And first, if you take a look at the left side, you'll notice that we have a couple of ports. We have two Type-C ports here, Type-C 3.2 as well as a HDMI port. And on the right, you have two Type-A 3.2 as well and a headphone jack over there. So it doesn't matter if you're using like the latest cables or Type-C cables, or if you're using the conventional Type-A cables, both kind of cables will work very well on the HONOR MagicBook 16. Alright, so we're going to flip open the device itself and see what else we have here. Of course, we can see the first thing we are greeted with is this massive display, the 16.1-inch display, which I'll talk a little bit more later. But the cool thing here is that we still have this very minimal, very slim bezels, approximately 5.1 mm on the sides. And yeah, the good news here is that we still have the webcam dead center at the top, so you won't have those very weird, awkward angles when you're making those video calls, especially, to your colleagues and all that. So that's pretty good as well. Now, moving down to the body itself, we notice that we have a very nice keyboard over here. There's decent travel, so typing on the keyboard is a very, very comfortable experience. I got to use the hang of it very quickly after using it for just a couple of hours. Very nice keyboard here. In terms of the backlight, you have two levels of backlight. You can either turn it off or have it a low or bright levels on the keyboard itself. So again, very nice and comfortable keyboard. Now, beside the keyboard, you will notice that we have two strips of these speakers, and they actually sound pretty good. Now, in terms of the audio quality, the HONOR MagicBook 16 does come with the Nahimic sound effects software built in. So what this software does is that it allows you to manipulate the kind of sound coming out from it. It allows it to give that surround sound effect, and overall you're able to tweak the equalizer, and it actually sounds pretty good on the HONOR MagicBook 16. So definitely a good thing to have that software built in, because you can have a better experience just listening to your music on the laptop. Now, apart from that, we also noticed that we do have that fingerprint scanner on the top right corner. Again, it's fairly quick, less than 1 second to unlock your device. Very convenient. It's never read my fingerprint wrongly, so that's great there. And of course, moving further down, we also can see that we have a fairly large trackpad over here that makes it very easy to navigate on the HONOR MagicBook 16. So overall, just in terms of the design, the build and everything, I think it's done very well here, because I didn't have a very tough time adapting to it. Using it was very simple. Now, just for fun's sake, I'm going to flip the device to the bottom here. You can see that we do have this very large grill, and that's because it's housing two really awesome fans inside there to give that very powerful ventilating system so that it does not contain a lot of heat. Everything can be pushed out. Overall, yeah, that's what you can expect in terms of the design and build quality. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the display, because yeah, that is something that's very important to me. Now, display wise, we do have that 16.1-inch IPS LCD that I mentioned earlier on. It is a 1920 x 1080p display, and in terms of the refresh rate, you're having a 144 Hz refresh rate. That means everything is very smooth on the display itself. Scrolling through websites and just browsing stuff here and there, everything is just very smooth. And also, this 144 Hz refresh rate is great if you play a lot of games, which we'll talk a little bit later on. Now, apart from that, you also have the 100% sRGB high color gamut, and in terms of the aspect ratio, this is a 16:9 aspect ratio. That means if you're going to watch most of your shows or YouTube videos, it's going to be fully filling the whole screen. Overall, this is a very, very good display, great for, enjoying movies and shows on the display. Now moving on, let's talk a little bit about what's really powering this device here, and of course the user experience. So right off the bat, you already know that we do have an AMD Ryzen 7 5800H processor. It also comes with the integrated GPU, that is the AMD Radeon graphics. Apart from that, the device itself is equipped with that 2mm triple heat pipes, 75mm plus dual fans, and of course that 8 temperature sensors. And all this really helps to create an optimized wind path to push out all the additional heat, especially when you're playing games, because there's a little bit of heat going on. So it will help to push out the heat very efficiently. And basically, according to Honor, this actually helps to allow 68% more air volume for just the Honor MagicBook 16. So those are just the numbers and specifications, but how does it actually feel like to use it? Well, first up, using it was actually pretty smooth. The first thing first is that it booted up with Windows 11 right out of the box, so very, very nice there. In terms of using it, I use it to do a lot of my work, writing scripts, Word documents, PowerPoints, and all that. If you're doing a lot of basic workflow kind of related items, there will definitely be no lags at all. Everything is super smooth and very, very fast. This is a very powerful processor that you have in here, and doing work will definitely not be an issue. Launching your Teams, Zoom, everything is super fast. Now, if you want to talk a little bit about playing games, that's actually quite possible as well. I do have Steam installed here, and I actually played a couple of games on the laptop itself, which ran very, very smoothly. Of course, you have to tweak the graphic levels to be like medium and something like that to get the best experience. But the point here is this machine is not just made for work, but it's also made for play. Now, apart from that, there is also the PC Manager feature in the Honor MagicBook 16 here that allows you to work with your smartphone seamlessly. So what this means is that I can just use my smartphone, the Honor 50, to tap the trackpad, and very easily I can get my smartphone synced with the computer right away. With that connection, I actually can control my smartphone with the computer itself. Very, very easy. I can drag and drop files again very seamlessly between both devices, and it just creates that entire, like ecosystem where everything just works with one another. So that's definitely great here on the Honor MagicBook 16. At the end of the day, bottom line here again is that it doesn't matter if you're just playing your games or if you're doing a lot of work, working with your device and all that, it all works very seamlessly on this very powerful machine. Now moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about the battery life, because that's also very important. Now, what kind of battery do we have in here is actually a 56 watt-hour battery, which is fairly large. You also get that 65 watt fast charge charger in the box, and good news is that it's actually very small as well. It's not like those chargers from those other laptops, which is just huge. This one here is not just compact, but it also charges up the laptop very, very quickly. So according to Honor, it can do like 85% in just 1 hour, and if you want to charge up the entire device from 0 to 100%, it will take approximately 1.5 hours. Alright guys, at the end of the day, who is this laptop for? Well, again, I have to say that this laptop here is actually suitable for all kinds of people. It doesn't matter if you are like a student, if you are a worker and all that. You can all do that on the Honor MagicBook 16 very smoothly and without much issues. Last but not least, it's also worth mentioning that Honor is giving a couple of free gifts off if you purchase the Honor MagicBook 16. They are giving a wireless mouse, a backpack for your laptop. You also get the M365, the Microsoft 365, to use those Office applications, and you also get an additional 1 year of battery care. That means if anything happens to your battery, Honor will take care of you. Now, before I go, it's also worth mentioning that if you are looking for a smartphone, don't forget to check out the Honor X9 5G that was recently launched by Honor. I did a full review of that phone on the channel. You can check that out. But yeah, Honor is making a couple of very interesting devices today. Alright, with that said, thank you all for watching till the end. This is what I can explain about the Honor MagicBook 16. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to drop a like, sub to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and I hope to see all of you guys in the next one. Stay safe, everybody. Bye!